So someone left me a really good comment on one of my videos regarding bird feather laws, and they either deleted their comment or they blocked me. I'm not sure which, but I can't find the comment anymore. Anyway, the gist of their comment was, why can't I own a crow feather if I'm allowed to legally hunt crows where I live? And this is a very valid question. It's pretty confusing to know that you can hunt certain species of ducks, but if you go outside and find a feather, it's illegal for you to keep it. A lot of laws can seem very confusing until you think about why they were written the way that they were. When it comes to species that we can hunt, you have to know that you have to get a hunting permit or a tag for them. Sometimes even for species that aren't even native to our area. Doing it this way makes people accountable for the animals that they're hunting. Essentially, they're going to be filling a quota. Governing agencies are going to look at the population size, population trends, anticipated population trends, and use those numbers to decide how many animals of a certain species people can hunt. So let's say a given area has 100 ducks, and they know that in the year, about 30 ducks are going to be born, and they're going to lose about 20 of those ducks to being eaten by predators, hit by a car, just failure to thrive, whatever else. That leaves 10 ducks over. And if they're saying, well, this area, it does very well when we have 100 ducks, and we'd like to keep the population stable at 100 ducks, they might issue like 7 hunting permits to say, okay, we have an excess, quote unquote excess, of 7 ducks that we can afford to let people hunt and still leave a little bit of buffer room just in case their other quotas are off. This is a bit oversimplified, but I think it kind of helps explain. So, what does that have to do with feathers? If I took a feather, picked it up off the ground, you have no way of knowing how I obtained that feather. There's no permits here in the United States, there's no accountability, there's no way I can say, I found this naturally shed. There is no way to prove that I didn't poach that bird and then pluck a feather off of its dead body. We do also have to remember that the laws around keeping feathers and such were specifically made to kill the feather trade because we were driving species to extinction specifically for their feathers. I know that it sucks to not be able to keep every feather that you find, especially when you find a really cool one, but it's much better that we have the living birds.